Well, compared to the last 2 weeks, the whole pattern across the U.S. is beginning to change, and that means milder conditions for us in the East Coast. Then obviously we're going to get more precipitation and much badly needed snowfall. We'll start seeing a more active pattern out to the west. So when they get active, typically that means we're going to be more mild, given the winds will be more southwesterly aloft. And that's what we're going to see, although we're not going to be quite as warm as you would expect yet. You can see further south today, those high temperatures, 60s, even 70s, as far north as Nebraska. With that system approaching, those warm air will be able to draw up, and they don't have any snow on the ground either. There's your temperatures right there. You can see 75 in Omaha. You go further north into Canada, 20s, even 30s, so much different than we've had 2 weeks as the Arctic air is pushed off over the other side of the globe, and we're not likely to see any of that cold air for quite a long time yet. We still got the precipitation here. Radar picks up some of this. A lot of this is not reaching the ground. You got to get really up towards Rice Lake, Russ County, those areas that are going to start seeing some precipitation, but mainly light. Overall, you can see road conditions are absolutely fine right now. But as you look at the bigger picture, that system is coming through. There's a cold front to the north, too, that's going to swing south eventually overnight. Not much in just precipitation, just cloud cover as the system kind of heads to our south. We're kind of in a split flow, as we call it, too, and that kind of limits our moisture and really the strength of these systems. As we go throughout the nighttime, we will see on and off cloud cover. You can see it's trying to pick up some precipitation, but likely that is not going to reach the ground. It is going to remain fairly mild for this time of year, as low temperatures are going to be not that far off from where we should be for an average high as you wake up. As you see, we're in the 30s. The wind will start picking up. That'll be the main story going tomorrow, is the winds more or less than we had today. So as we look to the temperatures throughout the day, I got the winds. These are the wind gusts here plotted here, and you can kind of see we're going to be kind of in that 25 to occasionally 30 mile per hour gusts throughout the day. You can see there's a 30 mile per hour there in Winona at 4 p.m. That'll keep the feeling types more in the 20s, even though our temperature won't be much of a difference compared to Monday. Cloud cover off and on. There will be breaks, especially as you go further south and west. Further north and east, unlikely you're going to see more cloud cover develop in the afternoon. We'll start seeing more of a gradual clearing as we go for area wide as we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday. High temperatures tomorrow, really not much of a difference between what we had today. A degree or two cooler for some areas, but it's just the wind that's going to be more of the factor. As we go into Wednesday, we're going to start off colder than we were for Tuesday. So temperatures overall will climb back in the mid to upper 30s, potentially a few areas 40s, especially where you don't have snow cover on the ground, and plenty of afternoon sunshine too. So it won't be a bad Wednesday to go on. Thursday gets a little bit more interesting. Temperatures right now are kind of in flux depending on how much cloud cover and precipitation we get. In fact, it might be actually a little warmer going further north because they won't be dealing with this precipitation coming through. And it's really a small chance as you go further south of I-90. You can see the rainfall approaching here by 6 a.m. It's really kind of right there is where we could see some precipitation late morning to early afternoon. And note, a lot of this is south of I-90 and it's getting pushed further south and west of the areas. So there's a chance there to see some activity, but it's not going to last that long, and given that we'll have clearing skies going into Thursday night, and that sets up a very mild stretch of weather with just a little bit of increase in cloud cover during the weekend, but all areas should be in the 40s. In fact, some areas could top 50 during this period, especially as we go into next Monday and Tuesday, approaching with another system that comes towards the area. So it's a mild stretch, and I think eventually it will flip, but for the next week and a half, we're going to be well above average. Not records are in the 50s. In fact, even low 60s this time of year.
Wow. Okay.
So,
but we'll take 40s.
I
think
like
we're both
40s.
quite pleased.
Yeah, this is good.
Thank you.